and welcome to this episode of the Corporate Escapists TV show and podcast. I am super excited because I am switching gears today because for those who don't know, I also own a wedding business. But what I also love, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. My big thing is about sharing your passion. And I think when you have a huge passion, it allows you to do a job with ease and grace, but also to you attract your correct clients. And I am delighted to have the very beautiful Bevely joining me today. So welcome, lovely, to the show.
Hi, how are you, Christine?
I am wonderful. I'm really excited, because look, a lot of people don't realize about having the two different businesses, but I think there's such a great crossover too because we're talking about love, we're talking about passion, and I am excited to dive into all of this with you. But most of my people know when listening to the show, I get super carried away. So I'm going to pause for a moment and I'm going to get you to introduce yourself to our audience, and then we're going to have the most amazing conversation.
Thanks, Christine. Thanks for having me here. I'm Beverly, but I do like to be called Bev. So Beverly, I am a celebrant and an MC here in Sydney. I mean, obviously, can't travel anywhere else. But I have been a celebrant now since 2008. Have been so amazingly involved in a lot of couples experiences, marriages, baby namings, commitment ceremony, all of that. And I absolutely took the MC role, I guess, post-COVID. So when couples were like, Bev, you're already there in our wedding. Can you MC our reception as well? And I was like, okay, let's give this one a go. My background's in events, my background's in hospitality. I've used to manage from small scale corporate events to large, inbound tourism events. So I was like, I think I can do this and have a really good passion with it. I love dealing with all different vendors. It's a little bit different hat on from the celebrant to the MC hat, and it's actually quite nice. It's quite nice to also be in the party zone, and being there with literally everyone just totally relaxed and comfortable in that time of night.
Yeah. I mean, I love weddings. Like, I just love love. Like, I just think I don't know, it's such a special day when you get to bring two people together, and they get to celebrate like their love story in front of people as well. I mean, do you feel like it's like such an honor, like to be there and be present in the day?
Totally. I mean, I guess the advantage of hearing the love story before they even get onto that front bit with in front of their family and friends, which I know I guess most of their family and friends know how they met, know how it all kind of the journey has been and the challenges sometimes. And, but I guess they're quite open when we meet. They literally like, oh, some people meet online and they're like, oh, actually, my parents don't know that we did that. And can you just keep that a secret? So I feel like I'm actually in a different journey with them even before we actually start the ceremony. So I do love it. I love being part of it. I feel like I'm part of their family.
Yeah. One of the reasons why I wanted to have you on is because obviously we talk about the power of stories, and you literally are the storyteller for them when you get up and speak. And I think it's like an absolute privilege because, in a way, like they can tell their story, but when a third party comes in and writes the story and gets to share it, it's almost like you get to see the magical moments that they've probably missed, and you can sort of like expand out and share that with everybody as well.
Exactly. And I also feel like I love when couples tell me a bit of like a quirky little moment of, how they're proposing, all the things that you see on videos and the photos you see on Instagram and what they tell their friends. Obviously they're also beautiful, right? But then they're always like, oh, we took a wrong turn and we actually took 5 hours later, we eventually got in a spot and then it started pouring down in rain. And then, you know what? It's all set up. Let's go. So yeah, I do love telling that story. And then when I do tell it in front of their family and friends, I love hearing the laughter. I love hearing oh, what?
Yeah.
A reaction from them as well. And it
Yeah.
just gives you that ultimate, like, yeah, I do know more than what you think you do. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think it's such a beautiful journey, obviously, that you get to take people on because, when you're sharing that story to people, I mean, you're in front of a very wide audience. It's not just sometimes, the close-knit family. It could be, distant relatives that's now been invited because that's what you do at weddings. You have to invite, well, in some weddings, you have to invite like nearly
Weddings.
everybody. So,
Yeah, work colleagues, right? Like work colleagues that you probably
yes.
have not really told them all these little other details.
Yes, yeah. What has been like one of like when you first started out, what was sort of like the journey process of you becoming a celebrant?
Well, I became a celebrant. My mum is actually was a celebrant. She's retired. I've been in her sort of weddings prior, and as mentioned before, I worked in hotels, and as you do, you bring your mum on as one of your, preferred vendors, and seeing her in action and just how much everyone is so happy. Like it's different from a corporate event to I guess a wedding. And I just was like, you know what? I really want to get into this. And I had my daughter, my first child, and I got made redundant. And I pretty much was like, I'm going to go for this. And I did, and did the whole things that you need to do to get registered, and did my first wedding at the venue that I used to actually manage. And it was really funny because I was so nervous. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And I know where they walk in and all that, but it was just so different to when you were the first one in there having to arrange everything and tell that story. And I was so grateful. Of my couple was absolutely amazing. We're still friends till now. And yeah, so I was had that buzz of feel. I'm like, oh my God, everyone is just totally happy. And from then on, here I am, still going.
I love it. I love it. Obviously, when you're doing the journey process of, stepping from being working for somebody, obviously in the events industry, then obviously becoming a celebrant, because a lot of people forget that being a celebrant, you are actually having your own business. So is that something that you never thought like you would have, like your own business? I mean, obviously you want to be a celebrant, but there's a lot of a different journey of becoming a business owner as well.
I guess like that felt like it wasn't like a, I mean, yes, it's a business, but I feel as though what I do is it's not, I don't see it as like, okay, I'm running on a business. I need to do all
Yeah,
these and stuff. I actually really just enjoy it. And
yeah,
I feel like, yes, there is that administrative work within on the background that a lot of my couples don't know, that we do, so many paperwork. We do write this a love story or reflection story. Afterwards we register and all that. But I feel as though it's for me, it's actually like a passion, like a hobby.
yeah,
I don't even know how to describe it. It's not ticking a box of a to-do list. It's actually doing what I love. So
yeah,
a little bit different. I don't Yeah, it is a business, but I don't feel like I am really like
yeah,
doing it. Like I feel like I'm doing, playing tennis because I absolutely love playing tennis. No, I don't, but it's like I love
yeah,
doing weddings. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, it doesn't feel like a transactional thing.
Yeah, and I think that's like when I wanted to bring you onto the show, this is what I wanted to really bring out to people because I think a lot of people lose that passion for their business. And when you have that passion, it's almost like something different switches inside of you because you do it and you show up because you love it so much. So you actually never really work a day in your life because you just love it so much.
That's exactly right. I feel like yeah, you do have like today, it's the weather changes and you do worry for your couple in any sense, but you don't want to message them either and
Yeah.
say, hey, how are you going? Not like giving them the hints like, yeah, I know it's bucketing down rain, but it is that care that you do on the background as
Yes.
opposed to, oh my God, I need to, I don't know, give these numbers to my accountant. It's more the fact that, oh God, it's raining. I know they're going to be stressed. I'm just going to give them a little love heart text message. Can't wait to see you on Saturday. Things like that. That for me, it just feels as though it's non-transactional.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's how I love doing business. I mean, yes, there's a monetary exchange and all those sorts of things. However, for me, it's about, opening up that sort of sacred space. And I believe that that's really what you do. Like, it's a sacred space because they've got to trust you. Like, you're involved in one of the most like monumental sort of days of their life. Like, they've got to
Exactly.
have a trust within you to be able to stand
Yeah,
there and unite them together.
definitely. And also they do, I guess, in a roundabout way, always feel as though, Bev, have you got the vows, Bev? What happens? The music stops, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's okay, it's fine. We've done this, we've tested,
Yeah.
we've spoken to musicians, the photographers
Yeah.
and videographers are professional at their jobs.
Yeah.
No problem about that. Like it will
Yeah.
be fine. It's just
Yeah.
a reassurance that you have us as your vendors who
Yeah.
will make sure that we capture the things that we both absolutely ask for or want to.
Yeah.
I always say, like, what are the don'ts at your reception, what you don't want at your reception, what are the must-haves in your run sheet, so that things go in pear-shaped all the time, not all the time, sometimes. And if there is no room for one thing, what can you let go?
Yeah.
And that kind of make it easy because I don't have to like run around asking you like, okay, we don't have time for this. Do you still want it? Because
Yeah.
I know for a fact that you can let go. We can let go of that,
Yeah.
and it's not something that you'll miss.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think like the biggest thing, obviously, is like I talk a lot about, the like, no trust factor when people come in and they want to buy from you. But you have to establish that very, very quickly when you're meeting your potential clients.
Yeah.
Like, is there a little secret or is it just being yourself? Like, what is your magic, for people when you meet your potential clients?
It's so funny you asked that. I don't even know what the answer to this. I'm my authentic self. And I always think that I'm not for everyone, and so is a lot of other people. And I
Yeah.
totally get, and it is what it is. But yeah, I'm just my authentic self. I would obviously, I love a chat. I love to talk, and I always like give so much at the first instance of a phone call. I give so much information already. I also, a lot of them always give me the feedback that, you know what, Bev, you're probably the only person out of the people that we've contacted that have actually asked how long we've been together.
Yeah.
How how did you propose, or how was the engagement? How did you meet? What do you do for a job? It's not straight to this is where is the ceremony? What this is the cost, this is what I include. It's literally, it's like, so how long have you been together? And
Yeah.
it's kind of like that conversation of getting to know them already.
Yeah.
And for me, I actually like to get to know people, and I like to know what's happening. And I do kind of write my notes on the side because I don't remember a lot of things. Oh, hello, age. But it is actually quite a nice thing. That just felt like as though it's already like a friend chat as opposed to, okay, I'm actually calling a
Yeah.
vendor for this thing. And
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I think that's like the perfect answer because I think so many people forget that, the biggest thing is that we buy from humans. Like, we actually buy from people. We don't actually buy pretty much from brands anymore. It is actually we want to buy from people. And I think COVID was actually the tipping point for that. Like, we realized the human connection that we are craving for so much more.
Exactly. And plus my role, it is very human, right?
Yeah.
I'm there. I don't sort of just stand at the front and wait.
Yeah.
I'm like, up in the bride, checking the
Yeah.
bride, going checking all the bridal party or the
Yeah.
groom. And getting to know their mom and dad or their parents or other people in the guests, like, how do you know the couple? I'm like literally. So then if I later on I know like, hey,
Yeah,
I know you know your friends because you went to high school, come on,
yeah,
gather them together for photos. Things like that. It is very, yeah, we are humans and I feel as though we kind of relax our couple if we're seen to be relaxed.
yeah,
Because we're not sort of like, okay, let's go, let's just start
yeah,
this now.
yeah,
Finish it
yeah,
off. It's like I'm there. And so if I'm running around with them and making sure that they're relaxed, I feel as though
yeah.
they can go, okay, yeah, they've got it under control.
Yeah, like energy is like so powerful, isn't it? It's almost like they can start to feel your energy going, oh, she's got it under control. Oh, it's okay. I can take a breather right now. Like it's all right. Yeah, I love it.
Exactly right. I mean, I'm like that too. When you go to a dental surgeon and, that if you don't have that relationship with your dentist, I
Yeah,
don't kind of go back. And so
yeah,
I will follow you wherever you move
yes.
because I
Exactly.
feel relaxed seeing you.
I know. I'm like that with hairdressers. It like most importantly, I'm
Oh,
like,
same.
oh, like it's so important. Well, I absolutely love what you do. And you know that we've already featured you inside the Justice Plain Wedding magazine. We're going to pop all the links in that before as well.
Thank
But I
you.
really have loved this conversation. And the most important thing I think is most people forget just to be their authentic self and allow that to shine through. And like you said, we're not for everybody, but when you're yourself, I think you bring in that ease and grace to your clients, but ease and grace into your business as well. So thank you so much for being
Oh,
here.
Christine, thank you for your time. I really appreciate this call and this chat. Sorry. And also thank you for featuring me in your magazine.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. Before you go, I've got 5 quick questions that we just have a little bit of fun just to ask you some questions to get to know you personally if you are
Okay,
ready for them.
cool. Go for
Alrighty.
it.
All right, so if you have some spare time, and would you prefer to curl up and watch a movie or read a book?
Oh, movie.
A
Love a good
movie?
movie.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. Like, what is your style of movie? Are you like a
Oh,
true romantic?
my husband hates me for it. I'm such a rom-com. I
Yeah,
love a good rom-com. I I mean I don't mind a bit of action here and there,
yeah.
but I'm not a horror person or thriller or anything that
Oh,
jumps in my
yeah,
skin. I like to sleep well at night.
yeah.
So yes, I like a good rom-com and I love Netflix when they've got those 90 minutes movies or whatever short set movies.
Yeah.
They're my thing. And the Christmas rom-com movies are my best.
Oh my God, that is me. Like, I Google Hallmark videos, like the movies, because they're the Christmas ones, and I love them. I watch them all the time during the year. So yeah, I knew
Oh,
that there was
me
a
too.
reason. Yes, I knew there was a reason. So yeah, I love it. Alrighty.
You know,
If you could travel to your most favorite or dream destination, would you prefer to travel by plane or by boat?
ooh, by plane. I used to work in cruises and boats. And
Yeah.
it's funny enough, I used to get seasick. And when I got the job, I was literally had all those pressure points in every part of my body just so I don't feel sick.
Oh no.
So yeah, just that kind of experience when I was a little bit younger kind of just
Yeah.
sticks with me. So I do
Yeah.
like a plane trip.
Okay. Amazing. If you could have a Lux dinner party and you're allowed to invite one special guest, and that guest could either be from the past or from the present, who would it be?
With my husband. I
Oh,
I have been so I'm so supported by him. He's also comes as my roadie when I do weddings. He sets up my PA, drags him on muddy floors sometimes, but he is my rock. He takes care of the kids when I'm working on weekends,
oh,
which is generally most weekends. So yes, I think he deserves a Lux dinner.
oh, I love that so much. That's so beautiful. And if you could describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Probably.
I love it. Absolutely.
So that's
Absolutely.
so many times. I mean, there's other words like loud, but I say to my friends, can you not say bubbly?
Yes.
Loud is not a
Absolutely.
nice thing.
No, you are bubbly. I think that's why your clients are so attracted to you. So, oh, I absolutely have loved this conversation so much. Thank you so much again for being here on the show.
Christine, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, and for all of you who have watched today, thank you so much for joining. Make sure if you've liked it, hit that like and subscribe button, leave your comments below, and remember to live life to the fullest every single day. Love and light to you all.